Is it good? Is it not good? Does it even meet the standard of a bad guitar? Hey there guys, it's Joe, sloppyjoesshredshack, and today we are going to be doing a review of the Squier Bullet Mustang. Let's see what I think about this instrument. Well anyways, welcome back to the Shred Check. My name is Joe, and if you haven't seen my face before, definitely click subscribe and smash that bell notification. That would make me feel real good, and I like feeling real good. And if you have seen me before, welcome back to the Shred Shack, my friend. Well anyways, last week you saw me do a playthrough of the Squier Bullet Mustang. And, you know, it's definitely a guitar. It's stripped down, it's bare bones. Now I want to thank Bruce from Good Times Music for letting me demo this guitar. Now, he doesn't pay me to do this. I want to be clear about that. I am not endorsed. I literally just take stuff off the wall and make videos of it. And he's a cool guy that likes people with creative endeavors. So I just happen to be lucky in my situation. But anyways, he's selling this for 100 and let's look here if I can get it to if I can get it to focus, $179.99, which seems to be the going retail price at all the major outlets. But we are just going to whip the specs out as we see them real quick. So right off the bat here, we have a 24-inch scale length, so it is a shorter scale guitar, that is for sure, and you can feel it when you play it. It's got two humbuggies right there, some kind of Indian fretboard. I forgot what it's called, but it kind of looks like rosewood, so really pretty fretboard. It's got a maple neck here. I believe that is walnut. I could be wrong, but you know, I'm just winging this video, which is probably really dumb because, you know, whatever. But anyways, maple neck for the, you know, the most part. It doesn't really matter. But to some people, it does matter. We have 6 tuners with 2 string trees. Now, the tuners are just the standard Squier proprietary tuners. So they're, you know, or whatever. It's got a 6-saddle bridge. Now, this bridge also is string through on the bridge. It's not string through on the body, as you can tell right there, but it's definitely string through on the bridge, as you can see. I hate saying string through. I shouldn't say that. I should just say a through bridge, I believe is the proper term. It's got a 3-way toggle, a volume, and a tone. 21 nickel frets. They look like the standard narrow and tall frets that Fender does, so that seems pretty normal. And then last but not least, it has a 12-inch radius fretboard. So what do I think about this thing? You know, for me, I kind of have to slow down sometimes. This is a $179 guitar. I'm used to playing guitars that are far more expensive than that. I'm not like a, you know, custom guitar player or anything where I'm, you know, playing things that are like $4,000 or $5,000, but you know, my cheapest guitar is $700, $800, you know, so I sometimes have to slow down, and when I play something like this, go, okay, is it good? Is it not good? Does it even meet the standard of a bad guitar? You know, whatever, you know, and I will unequivocally say that this is worth the money. Is it $179? Yes. Is it going to sound like $1,000 guitar? No. Is it going to play like $1,000 guitar? No, it's not going to do that. But if you are looking for a great beginner guitar, this is the one. I'm not gonna lie. I really, really liked it. Right off the bat, the pickups were not bad at all. I've played pickups that are bad. These are not bad. They sound like a typical overwound PAF. That would be the best way to put it. You know, the neck, I wasn't a giant fan of it. It's definitely got that old school PAF sound, so when you hit that neck, it's a little bit soupy. It sounds good, don't get me wrong, and it cleans up really, really nice, but it's a soupy pickup. But, you know, it definitely gives you those milky, like, searing leads if you're trying to do that. The bridge pickup, I have no complaints. Like, I don't know, like, it didn't really have the mid-range that I particularly like, and I like really bright pickups, but these ones are very balanced, if anything. Like, you know, some people might call them dull, but, you know, it's $179. We can't, like, beggars can't be choosers for 179 bucks, you know what I mean? Now, the fret ends, really good. There was, I believe a few weeks ago, I did a review of the Squier Affinity Series Telecaster, and this one, this guitar, this Bullet, that is, I think, like $50 cheaper, way better fret ends. Like, they are comfortable. Things I liked about this guitar, this finish on the back of the neck is really nice. It's got this like satin finish, so your hand doesn't get stuck to it, doesn't have that gloss. You know, not that gloss necks are bad, but I prefer this. Any day of the week I'll take this. And, you know, the body is really light. It's a light guitar. Now, you could see how thin this thing is. This is a very thin guitar. Like, it's crazy. Like, if you look at the neck heel, you know, like, that is not a deep heel, you know, like, that is right there, you know. Like, I'll compare my Strat and you'll see how much of a difference that is. All right, so that's my Strat's heel, and that thing is way thicker, way thicker. Another cool thing I liked about this guitar is the headstock. It's got that big chunky headstock on it. I am a big fan of that. I will take that all day, every day. It's pretty. You know, and this very, like, I don't even know, there's probably a specific color that this is, but I'm just gonna call it like a, I don't know, like a primer gray, but it has like this very light blue tint, you know, very light blue in comparison to primer gray, but, you know, it's really, really cool. It just looks like a garage rock guitar. Like, that is the kind of music you're gonna be playing with this too. It's gonna be garage rock. It's gonna be alternative rock. You know, different things of that nature. And on this guitar, because it's pretty well built for $179, you wouldn't even feel bad using this as a mod platform. Like, you could swap the pickups, you could put a new bridge on it, you know, you could put new tuners on this thing, you could change, this would be a great beginner guitar and a great guitar for those people that are really starting to get into modifications. Now, I didn't have to do any setup on this guitar personally. The tuners, really, really solid for how cheap they are. There was that Squier Telecaster, the Affinity one that I did last week, and, you know, wasn't a big fan of those tuners. These are the same ones, and these ones are way better. I don't know what the difference is. You know, I know that they're probably the same tuners getting pulled out of, you know, a bin somewhere. But, you know, they're good, you know, but, you know, I'm surprised, to say the least. And, you know, my only real big gripe about this guitar is the bridge. I don't like that, but for 179 bucks, you're going to expect these things. Now, the bridges, you know, the saddles are fine. They're kind of low quality, but it's not the end of the world. It still functions the way that it's supposed to function, but I don't like through bridges. I don't like that. That's just me. That's a preference thing. I'd prefer if it was a string-through body. It's not that much more expensive, I wouldn't think, to do that. You know, drill a few holes, pop a few little metal dudes in there, and then, you know, string it through there, and then voila, done. Maybe for $189, you have a far better guitar. You know, but that's just me nitpicking a $179 guitar. That's low-hanging fruit and kind of a dick move on my part. But, you know, like, the thing that I liked about this guitar was particularly the bridge pickup. you know, if you're playing more of that aggressive style, like this is gonna be a guitar for that. So let's take a listen to it right now. Okay, so right off the bat, this thing has really crystal clear pickups. Like, am I gonna say that they sound like Novaks or something? No, they don't. Like, but for really cheap pickups, they don't sound bad. Like, you don't need to swap these if you don't want to right off the bat. Everything kind of rings through really nice, especially I'm gonna play I'm gonna play the bridge pickup in a little bit. I kind of said that I was gonna play it immediately, but I'll kind of just show you every single position. The middle position sounds really, really good, clean. I really liked that a lot, but there's something that I like about how bell-like. I hate saying that because it's not like a single coil, but it's a whole sound, and it's very, very pleasing for a cheap guitar. Now you can hear how soupy that neck pickup is just between like the middle position. I'll do that again. To the neck position. So it gets a little like muffly-ish sounding, almost like there's a blanket over it, or over the speaker or something. Not that it sounds bad, but it just kind of sounds kind of dull. But that bridge and that middle position sound really good. Now this thing opens up huge when you stomp on some gain. So let's stomp on some gain. But yeah, if you're looking for more tones of this guitar, definitely go back into my channel and check out the playthrough video of this thing, where I explore a bunch of different tones. I flip through all the pickups, but you know, I definitely explore a lot more of the tonal atmosphere that this guitar is capable of. Now the next question is would I recommend this to a friend? Yes. Yes, I would recommend it to a friend, especially a friend that's starting out on guitar. The shorter scale length especially is better for maybe a smaller guitarist, or maybe a beginner guitarist, maybe a kid would be a good start. I noticed that I was really good at over bending the notes, but unfortunately that's just a me thing. You know, that's not true for everybody. I have a pretty aggressive vibrato. You know, and I'm very aware of that. You know, the only other gripe that I honestly can think of with this guitar is the frets, you know, and it's $179. I have to slow down sometimes, but the frets are a little scratchy. You know, I don't expect a $179 guitar to be, you know, 100% polished. That's just something that you're gonna get at this price point. But like, I'm gonna put this next to the microphone and hopefully you can hear it, but and you can hear that, like, really rough frets. They're not the worst, you know, and if you play it a lot, you're gonna rub them down, or you can bring this guitar in to get, you know, a decent fret polishing, you know, and that's not super expensive, but, you know, or you can learn how to polish them yourself. But that's definitely what the guitar needs. It needs a good polishing. But, you know, other than that, just a little bit of a setup on this thing, and it would be a wonderful beginner guitar. Like, I can't stop saying that enough. This is in my top 10 beginner guitars right now. You get the big old headstock, which is pretty cool. You get the thin body. You get the classic, you know, humbuckers situation going on here, and it's pretty low maintenance, you know. I have no complaints about that. This guitar is pretty sweet, I have to admit. You know, and guys, if you're looking to use this as a backup to maybe your normal Fender Mustang if you're gigging, yeah, do it. And it's a good excuse to, you know, start ripping a guitar apart and putting what you want in it, maybe. You know, maybe sand off the logo on the headstock, or put Seymour Duncans in it, or whatever the heck you want to do. Put a, you know, coil split. Maybe you want to make it an HSH or something like that. But, you know, like, you can't even feel bad about doing that to this guitar because it's so cheap, you know. But is it something that's going to last you a few years? Yeah, especially if you take care of it, you know. So, guys, this is a decent guitar. I highly recommend it. If I were to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, considering the price point, I'd probably give it like a 7. You know, it's not bad. It's not great. It's good, you know. You know, would I recommend a 7 out of 10 guitar to a beginner guitarist? Yeah, absolutely. You know, like, if I had this guitar starting out, that would have been awesome. You know, like, the guitarists today are so lucky to have the equipment that they do, you know, and good for them. You know, we had Gorilla amplifiers and guitars that could barely, you know, stay in tune. And this $179 guitar stays in tune, and it sounds really decent. Like, I have to admit, like, I don't hate it. You know, and that's awesome that you can say that for a sub $200 guitar. You know, does it compare with a $1,000 guitar? Absolutely not. It does not. Like, but does it, you know, blow a lot of other budget guitars out of the water? Yeah, it does. Or maybe just this one. But I don't know. I recommend it. If you're looking for an excuse, buy it. Why not? Well, anyways, if you like what you're seeing here, definitely click subscribe and smash that bell notification. That would make me feel real good, and I like feeling real good. Now, you can always hit me up on Facebook. Just pretend this is a keyboard and type it into your browser, you turkey. Or hit me up on Instagram at sloppyjoes_shredshack. But anyways, I'm Joe. This is the Squier Bullet Mustang. I hope you like it. I enjoyed playing it. You know, it's a good guitar. It's pretty punk rock, if I say so myself. So, but anyways, guys, later.